Okay, in this video, we're going to be looking at increasing and decreasing functions. We've got example 1 on page 5, and we've already been reading some information on the previous pages. So I guess when we're looking at these sort of questions, what we first do is look at the derivative. Okay, so in this first example, the derivative f dash x will be 2x. Okay, we let that equal 0. And by letting that equal 0 and solving for it, so that's just a quick one, will be equal to 0, it tells us where the slope is 0. Okay, and you need to realize that when we're looking at increasing and decreasing, the only thing that stops or changes them is when the slope is 0. So what we do now is a sign diagram. So as your notes suggest, we mark in the value where x is equal to 0. There it is. Okay. We write a little sign here to tell everybody that it's f dash x. And what we're going to simply do is sub in a value on this side. So let's pick a value. Let's say -1. Okay. And we're going to sub that into the slope function. So we go f dash -1, and that's going to be 2 times -1, which equals -2. So we've just discovered that on this side of x equal to 0, the slopes are negative. Now, if we do the same to the other side and sub in a value on that side, let's say we pick x equals 1. Doesn't matter what the value is. So I'm just going to do f dash 1 and sub that into the slope function, which is 2 times x. I'll get 2 times 1, which is 2, which is a positive. Okay. So that tells us where the graph slopes are increasing and decreasing. So remember from your notes, it is increasing when the slope is, when the derivative is positive, and decreasing when the slopes are negative. And we can just see here from our little sign diagram that we can see that it is increasing when x is greater than 0, and it is decreasing when x is less than 0. Someone will ask about whether it can equal it. Look, it is just a definition. So normally we just talk about that region and don't include where we've got a horizontal tangent or where the slope is 0. We'll look at the second one quickly and just repeat the exact same process. So what we're going to do is find f dash x. And so what we've got is 3x squared take 3. You can factorize that quickly. We've got 3x squared take 1. It's the difference of 2 squares. So it's x take 1, x plus 1. So what we're doing is finding out when that's equal to 0. And hopefully you guys can see that that is actually going to be when x is 1 and -1. So now we sub in values in between, and it can be any value. So I think I'm going to start in the middle here. I think the value that I'm going to start with that's really easy to sub in is 0. Okay, so I'm going to do f dash 0 here. And if I just sub that into the slope function, I'll just get 3 times 0. I'll get 3 times 0 squared, take 3, which is going to be negative. Okay, now I need to sub in a value on either side. So let's pick another value to sub into this equation. Let's say 2. So I'll do f dash 2. And just reading off the f dash x equation over here, guys, it'll be 3 times 2 squared, which is 4. So that's 12 take 3. 12 take 3 is 9. That's going to be positive. Okay. And similarly, I can pick another value on the other side. And we'll just pick a value quickly here. So let's do maybe f dash -2. This one might be a bit more difficult to do, so we'll just do that quickly. So we've got 3 times -2 all squared. That'll become positive, take 3. So it's really 3 times 4, which is 12, take 3 equals 9. Okay, so that's going to be a positive value. You only need to sub one value. Okay, those marked points are where it changes. If there's no other points to put in there on that dashed line, it will be just that. So you can see from here where we're going to be increasing and decreasing. So we'll answer the question quickly. We are increasing for x less than -1 and x greater than 1. So I'll just write that increasing. Need a bit more space, don't we? And the second part, we are decreasing for this middle interval, which is x in between 1 and -1. Okay. bit messy there. So again, we're increasing between when x is less than -1 and increasing when x is greater 1, and we're decreasing in between. Okay, that's it for that video.